In the previous video, you learned how to publish your first post, and it's the same process for publishing as many posts as you like, so you can get started creating content and getting that up on your website. And in this video, in video 5 of the WordPress Basics series, I'm going to talk about post organization using categories and tags. So if you recall, we added categories to your post. I'm just going to go to the All Posts section, give you a little refresher on what we did. Click on the edit link, and on the right hand side we have this categories section, and I put my first post in installing WordPress. You probably have a different category, and I added the tags cPanel and installing WordPress as my tags. And then when you view the post, you click on this link here to view post, you can see that this entry was posted in installing WordPress, that's the category, and tagged cPanel and installing WordPress by demo. I'm the author, demo. So why is this beneficial? Well, if you have a website with thousands of pages, and say there's 60 of them that are about installing WordPress, and someone comes to your site and they're interested in installing WordPress, they can click on this category and it will take them to a page that lists your category archives, installing WordPress. This page will list all of the entries that are in that category. So instead of sifting through thousands of pages, they can see right away, within a few seconds, which posts are in that category, which posts are related to installing WordPress, and they can much more easily find the information they need. And giving your users an easy way to find the information they want is always a good thing. Same goes for the tags. You can click on the cPanel tag and it'll bring you to a similar page, only this one's called Tag Archives, cPanel, and it will show all of the posts that are tagged with cPanel. And same thing, it just helps with organization and giving the user what they need. Now if you go back into your WordPress installation, that's where we just were with the posts, on the left hand menu there's a link to categories and a link to post tags. So first we're going to check out the categories, and here on the right it has a list of our categories. We can add a description. We can click on edit and we can add a quick description about what the category is about, what those posts are about in that category. You can change the slug. The slug is in the URL. It's basically the address to that category. You can change it to whatever you want. You could have 1, 2, 3 in here. But having the category name as the slug is a best practice, and that also helps Google organize its own database and helps them present your information when they need to. Now this description area, it's not entirely required. It can show up on some themes in certain areas, although I've never seen it. And whenever I build a theme, I don't usually put the category description in there. It's really not that important. One more thing to note is you can select a parent. So if you're, say you have a whole category on WP config, which is the file that you have to edit to install WordPress, that would fall under the category of installing WordPress. So you could have installing WordPress be the parent category, and then have the WP config category be the child of it. And actually I will just do that right now just to show you an example. We are back on the regular categories page. There's an add new category section on the left. I'm just going to call this one WP config, and the slug I will just have WP-config, You don't want to put spaces in here. Any spaces you want to replace with a dash. And the parent for this category is going to be installing WordPress. And description, like I say, I never put it in. That's not really required. I click on Add New Category at the bottom. And there it is. Oh, I clicked that button twice, so it highlighted this in red. But this little dash means it's a child of installing WordPress. So if we had more categories, you'd see more categories with more children under it. You'd see this dash before them, and the parent will be above them. So that's how easy it is to create categories and child categories, and to use those to organize your website. And we have this post tags link on the left as well. And that will take us to a page that displays all of our tags. Now, when we entered them earlier into our post, it automatically entered them here as well. So we see cPanel, we see installing WordPress, and we can add new ones, enter the name, the slug, the description, just as before. The only difference is you can't have parent and child tags. That's only for categories. And here you will see this popular tags section. The more often a tag is used, the bigger these words will be, so you can visually see which one's bigger. And in fact, I will quickly make some posts and I'll show you an example of this right now. So I'm just going to pause this video, I'm going to make some more posts, and I will be right back. So there we go, I'm back, and I added some more posts with some different tags as well. And you can see that some of them are bigger than others. And if you look on the right hand side, on the far right, you'll see this column called posts. And it shows you how many posts each tag is associated with. So cPanel is associated with 3 posts, email address with 1, installing WordPress with 2, WP config with 1, and WP themes with 1. And depending on how big those numbers are, the ones with the biggest number of posts associated will have the biggest font under the popular tags section. So you can visually see which posts or which tags on your site are most used, and it's really just for your own reference. It's nobody else can see this unless you have a plugin that displays it. I have not seen a lot of benefit from having those plugins, but it's just a cool thing to look at to see what you're writing about, and maybe you think you're maybe focusing too much on cPanel and you want to write more about WordPress themes. So you can come in here and see kind of what your site's missing. And that about wraps it up for categories and tags. And in the next video, I'm going to talk to you about creating your first WordPress page, which is different than a WordPress post. I'll see you there.